The laughter landed before the words finished echoing. It was a brittle sound, glass scraping glass. I stood near the window, holding a drink I hadn't touched, watching my wife glow under rented lights. Her promotion banner sagged slightly, like it already knew the truth. Then her boss leaned into the microphone. A pause, a smile, a glance, past her, toward me. Janet succeeded despite having no support at home. The room leaned in. Her husband is just a cleaner, can barely read or write. Laughter, loud, comfortable. Something inside me shifted, not broke, slid, like a blade finding its groove. I watched Janet's face. She didn't look at me. She laughed first. Then she added, light and easy, "It's true. He's holding me back." Applause followed, polite, earned. I tasted metal, not anger, recognition. This wasn't new. This was confirmation. I let the silence inside me widen. I counted breaths. I waited. Storms don't rush. They arrive. I had learned how to disappear years ago, not physically, emotionally. Janet said it was humility, said I was simple, easy to manage, a man who knew his place. I let her believe that. What she didn't know, what she never asked, was why I never corrected anyone, why I cleaned offices at night, why my name wasn't on doors. I built quiet lives for a living, shells, proxies, structures that hid weight. Janet liked weight, titles, applause. She stopped coming home early, stopped asking questions, stopped touching me like I existed. Her phone learned new angles. Her laughter learned new rooms. At night, she slept facing away from me, as if my presence embarrassed her even in the dark. I told myself it was ambition. I told myself it was stress. But lies have fingerprints. I noticed how her boss said her name, how she smiled before he finished sentences, how the company car stayed parked too late. Still, I said nothing. Silence is a laboratory. You learn what grows there. I didn't confront. I observed. I watched expense reports, phone records routed through companies I owned but never named. I read emails she deleted, never from her phone, only from the servers she didn't know I controlled. Affection disguised as strategy, meetings mislabeled as conferences, promises whispered like forecasts. I wore my uniform. I mopped floors beneath framed mission statements I had approved years earlier. No one noticed me. That was the point. At home, I nodded. I listened. I congratulated her promotion like it wasn't funded by my silence. Inside, calculations clicked. Not rage, precision. I wanted certainty, not revenge fueled by doubt. When the final report came in, timestamps aligning, messages undeniable, I didn't feel pain. I felt clean. Truth has that effect when you've been living in fog. I printed everything, not to show her, to feel the weight. Paper doesn't lie. It doesn't apologize either. That night she talked about her future, about leaving me behind eventually. She didn't know she was already gone. I slid one page across the table. She stopped mid-sentence. Her face collapsed inward, eyes searching for exits that weren't there. I didn't raise my voice. I asked one question, one I already knew the answer to. How long? She cried, explained, blamed ambition, pressure, me. I nodded. I folded the paper, put it in my pocket. I didn't need more. Back at the party, the room still buzzed. Her boss basked. Janet glowed. I set my glass down, stood. The microphone felt warm, overused. I find it interesting, I said calmly, how comfortable people are laughing at what they don't understand. The room stilled. I looked at her boss, then the board members, faces I had hired under other names. The company you all work for. A pause. I own it. Silence fell like a held breath finally dropped. Color drained. Smiles died mid-thought. Janet turned to me, truly looked, for the first time.
I didn't look back. "I'll be accepting your resignations in the morning," I added. "Some of you tonight." I handed the microphone back. Power doesn't shout, it informs. I left before the apology started. Outside, the air was cold, honest. Janet didn't follow. She knew better now. I felt no triumph, no sorrow, just distance. I had mistaken silence for weakness once. So had she. Some lessons cost promotions, others cost marriages. I walked away lighter than I'd arrived. Not because I'd won, because I was finally done pretending I'd lost.